back to another episode of Who's That Girl from Roxbury, and it's your girl Cordelia Moye, and I am here with
Elle Simone Scott from America's Test Kitchen.
That's right, and so we are here at the Frugal bookstore in Roxbury for her book signing, and this is her book, and it's called Boards, and just explain a little bit about your book.
Sure. It's called Boards, Stylish Spreads for Casual Gatherings. And the book is really about entertaining, right, and how to do it in a way that is the least amount of stress involved possible, right? Making boards is easy. Entertaining friends can be very easy, but it can also look very elegant.
Okay, and I guess you gave a little like demonstration of how to make a board. It was very fancy.
Thank you.
So for all the ladies and gentlemen out there, what would you say makes like the perfect board for what type of event? Like for a wedding, what type of board would you do?
Well, I think the thing that makes a board a perfect board is when you give the board that the people want, right? Like, I could say we could do a tea party board for a bridal shower, but if the bride is into beers and brats, then actually that's the perfect board, right?
Okay.
So I think the key to making the perfect board for any event or any occasion is giving the people exactly what they want.
Okay, so now I want to know what, because I'm on a little bit of a culinary journey myself. I'm not going to get too much into that because that's my business, that's my personal thing going on. So, but I want to know like what got you started on your culinary journey? What was that moment when you said, you know, I think I want to do something with food?
And I have always wanted to do something with food. Like even as a kid, like the opportunity to cook for myself. I was a latchkey kid, right? Cook my own eggs. Anything that I could cook independently, I wanted to do, right? So I think I've always had it like deep down inside and wanting to turn my leftovers into something, you know, else. Like try, what can I make? Can I make a new meal? You know, this was long before Chopped show was even thought of, right? So I think coming from a family that cooks, you know, I think that has also been a huge inspiration. Like everybody in my family pretty much loves to cook, you know.
Okay.
Some don't, but
My mom can't cook.
when
Sorry.
when they
mama
do,
can't.
they're good.
She can't cook. Though.
Everybody can cook. You just gotta have a good recipe, right? And that's the other thing about this book. It has recipes that if you follow it exactly as it's written, it'll come out right every time, you know. So I think the thing that makes me love cooking is when I do something right. That inspires me, right? When you make something right,
Yeah,
and you
I love
taste
to
it
cook.
and you're like, this is delicious, you're inspired to cook again. And this is no different, right? So it was no different for me, and I want other people to have that experience.
You know what I love about cooking? My thing with cooking is like I like to cook like on my own terms. Like I like to cook to get that response from people that
Yes.
that's
We all
why I
do,
like to cook.
yes.
And I always say I never cook angry. If I cook, if I have to cook, I have to be happy when I cook,
Yeah.
and I have to have like some good music playing.
Of course.
So now this goes to my, because everybody knows I'm like a hip hop head.
Yes.
At the same time, I have so much passions. So I wanted to know, this is a good question. What is your favorite soundtrack to cook to?
Oh, absolutely. 90s and 90s R&B and hip
Okay.
hop. Absolutely. If I can get super, it depends. If I'm cooking dinner, I like to listen to maybe like jazz, like John Coltrane radio is kind of something I like to listen to. If I'm cooking like for friends or for a party, like I can put on anything from like Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, right? You know, like it has to be like the hip hop of my time.
Right.
You know, and you know, or if I want to, like I'm cooking something for the holidays, I tend to lean into Motown, right? Because I'm from Detroit,
Okay.
and I want to I want to evoke that feeling, that spirit of having like my ancestors with me,
Yeah.
or remembering what it sounded like when I was a kid growing up during the holidays, what kind of music was playing at that time. So it just depends, right? It depends on what meal I'm cooking and why, and what kind of music I listen to.
So who are one of your, I know you have a lot of mentors, and you said Bobby Flay?
Yes.
So who was, I don't want to make you say your favorite mentor, but who taught you the most about food?
You know what, I can't say any one particular person taught me the most about food, but I will say, as I transitioned into culinary media full time, Carla Hall was a huge support.
Oh, yeah.
Like I could call her anytime about any question that had to do with this line of work. I've had so many. A Jewish sister named Miriam Jerome from the Food Network. She's a huge mentor. Tony Tipton Martin, Dr. Jessica B. Harris. They're also mentors and like aunties in the game for me. Yeah, I don't know that they necessarily taught me a lot about food. I feel like what you know about food might be like ancestral memory, muscle
Right.
memory, right? You know, so like you kind of either have it or you don't,
Right,
right?
right, yeah.
But to teach me how to navigate in the spaces as a black woman in food, um, how to be a voice for myself, how to advocate for myself, how to have pride, you know, in black food as it relates to food in America. Those are the people who really laid the foundation for me.
Okay, so now you have your book here. It's called Boards.
Yes.
And so for all the people that want to purchase your book, where can they go to purchase this book?
You can find this book at Amazon.com. And you can type in Elle Simone Scott boards. You can type in boards L. But the full title is Boards, Stylish Spreads for Casual Gatherings.
Okay.
You can also go to americastestkitchen.com where you can see videos of me from television, I'm also on PBS. You can find me there every weekend. And you can also find the link to this book and all the books that America Test Kitchen offers.
Okay, so everybody always knows I always like to mix serious questions with fun questions. So I want to know, what is your favorite backyard barbecue song?
Um, Summertime.
Okay, I get that answer a lot.
Summertime. I mean, because that's like quintessential
Yeah,
backyard
everybody
barbecue.
get that one.
Or anything by
Frankie Beverly Mays. I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
Everybody says Frankie Beverly Mays. Like that's one of the main
The top
ones.
answers,
Yeah, that's the
yeah.
top answer. Okay, and what is one of your favorite episodes of Different World?
Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so my favorite episode of Different World actually just aired the other day.
Uh-huh.
It was when Kim started dating Freddie's cousin, the white guy from Canada.
Yeah.
And how like they were giving her so much heat about it, and just kind of how she handled it with grace, know. I mean, I can't say I've ever dated outside my race, but I can imagine having to deal with your friends kind of coming at you, like,
Yeah.
But I don't know. It also is very hard to choose one, but that's the one that stands out in my mind, I think.
All right. So, and I'm gonna say, who are your top? Since I am a hip hop. I mix a lot of. I love food. I love hip hop.
Yes.
I love fashion.
Okay.
I love all these things.
Oh, we have a lot of common then.
So, who is your? I'm gonna say top 3 favorite hip hop artists. You guys know where I'm going with this.
Okay, my top 3 favorite. That's hard, and I don't know if it's a singular person. My favorite group of all times, Run DMC.
Okay.
Mos Def.
Oh, I know that's the first one.
Moye.
That's the first one, yeah.
And this one is tough. Maybe I don't know. I'm thinking about who I used to really rock to back in the day. I don't know. Maybe Queen Latifah.
All right,
Like
that's the first.
she's someone I used to really emulate. As
No,
a
no,
teenager.
yeah, okay, no, someone else said Queen Latifah too. So everybody knows Nas. Hi, Nas. Nas. Okay. I always shoot my shot at Nas. Okay, so so you're very inspirational. I don't want to say too much about your journey, but you're very inspirational.
Thank you.
And it just made me think a lot just hearing the stuff that you've been through, and you're like a fighter.
Yeah.
She's a lioness. She's a fighter. If they want to know your backstory and what you've been through, is like there's somewhere they can look to see your bio and.
Yeah, I mean, I'm involved with organizations called the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition. So that's NOCC.org. There's a lot of information there about me. I tell my story. It's around thriving with ovarian cancer, surviving ovarian cancer. I mean, and I try to mention it any opportunity I get.
Yeah.
So if you Google me, it's there. It'll come
Yeah.
up. I'm very transparent about it. And yeah.
Yeah, she's a fighter. I love you.
Thank you.
And I'm glad I met you.
Thank you so
and all you guys, all her information is going to be in the description box. And you know what I'm going to say. If you like my channel, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Good interview with Elle. She's pretty inspiring. All her information is going to be in the description box. Please support her book. She is super dope. She's a cancer survivor and she's just a lion. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the interview. And yeah, I had a good time. Peace.